Hello guys, welcome to another interview with one of our serious traders, this time with Danielle from Atlanta in Georgia, US. So hi Danielle, pleasure to have you here.
It's a
Yeah,
pleasure, Vitek. Thank you for having me here with you. It's a pleasure
yeah.
to be here with you guys.
All right, so guys, for those of you who are watching us for the first time, FTMO is a proprietary trading firm and we are looking for trading talents who, upon meeting the evaluation process, get to manage our FTMO account. So Danielle here is one of the traders that passed our evaluation and is currently our FTMO trader. Danielle, you're currently managing $400,000 with FTMO, but before we get to that, I'd like to know a bit more about your history, how you got to trading, and so on. So go ahead, tell us a bit more about yourself, please.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I always had a dream of being financially free, financially set. I was originally born, Vitek, in Venezuela in South America. And when I was 11 years old, my family moved from Venezuela to United States, looking for that American dream. But instead of finding that American dream, they found the American nightmare. Work, 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 very little money. So I grew up with the immigrant parents, looking at them working very hard to maintain my brother and myself. And I always had that hunger of becoming financially free, becoming financially set. So ever since I was 17 years old, I was looking for opportunities to make money, for entrepreneurship, to make more income because I wanted to live a financially free lifestyle. So I started entrepreneurship about 11 years ago. I was 18 years old. I'm now 29. I'm about to turn 30 the next month of June. And I was always open to a better way of making money. But it wasn't about until 2 years ago during the pandemic that one of my business mentors introduced me to trading. I've heard about it
Mm-hmm.
and I knew about trading, but it wasn't really until my mentor, my business mentor and life mentor really introduced me to trading. And I really see the opportunity by developing the skill of making money in a way that I've never thought before. So I completely fell in love with it, and I made a decision to become a professional at it. So I'm getting ahead of myself because I was so excited to share with you. But yeah, immigrant kid in United States, very business driven. I was looking for opportunity to better my life and my family's life, and and I was a dreamer and a visionary to keep improving my future and my family's future.
All right, so if I heard well, you started trading during the pandemic. So that's about 2 years ago you started.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, so you're actually still quite new to the trading game because
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
often we see traders with
Absolutely.
tens and more years of experience in trading. So how did it start? Did you start it the usual way with demo accounts, or did you go right to live account, or how did it go?
No, it's starting by blowing over 100 demo accounts.
All right.
um, I first focused. So I believe I had an unfair advantage. Vitek, I had an unfair advantage because yes, I have about 2 years and a half learning and practicing the beautiful skill of trading, but I have over 10 years developing the right mindset for success.
Okay.
And I really believe some people say trading is 90% mental, 10% technique. Some people say it's 80% mental, 20% technique. The more I trade, I really believe is more mental than technique. Of course, the technique is very important, but I think the mental toughness and the mental discipline is really what sets the professional and profitable trades apart from the thousands of people that never really get to make it. So I started, of course, having the right mindset, but you need to also practice the technique.
Mm-hmm.
So I went all in studying 3, 4, 5 hours every single day, practicing on my demo account while I was studying for about 6 months, 6, 7 months. All I did was demo account and I blew hundreds of them, no exaggeration, but I was just going at it, practicing and practicing and practicing.
Okay, so you said you had the right mindset. So you really used the experience you've gained before and you actually transformed it to trading, where you're using it now.
Of course, absolutely. I really believe in life, success is mental. If you have the right beliefs, if you have the right self-confidence, if you have the right thinking patterns about what you're doing, eventually you're gonna become successful. Trading is it might not be easy, but it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can learn market structure. Anybody can learn if we're in a bear market or or a bullish market. Anybody can learn some order blocks, some liquidities, some AMAs, whatever technique you want to use. If you study, you're gonna learn it. But how can you explain that a lot of people know the technique and a lot of people know the execution, but they're not successful?
Mm-hmm.
And then some other person has the same information, same technique, same skills, and they make millions of dollars. So I really believe that at the end of the day, the difference maker in profitable traders and traders that are not profitable yet is the mentality. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that will make sense. So you said when you started trading, you blew hundreds of demo accounts, so you really worked on, practice on the technical part. But do you think your psychology has evolved as well, since you started trading 2 years ago?
1,000%. 1,000%. I believe my psychology in success and in life was here. I really believe was here. And then when I started trading, it went all the way here,
Okay.
a lot higher. Because trading is one of the best personal development tools that I believe exists out there. And it really helps you to really know you and your weak points and your emotional strength and how you can improve yourself. I believe trading one of the most amazing things for you to really get to know yourself and develop as a person and as a businessman.
Yeah, this is actually something that we've heard repeatedly while interviewing our FTMO traders. So the more you get to know yourself, the more you know about your weaknesses and your strengths, the better you are at trading, because it is really, knowing yourself makes a huge part in trading.
100%. I believe, Vitek, that if you want to become a professional trader, you first need to focus on knowing yourself, on learning about yourself, mastering yourself, and eventually you'll master the charts. But most people, they try to master the charts without mastering themselves, and that's why most people end up the way they do in trading. So the most important thing for me in trading, I believe, is mastering yourself and learning yourself, because that will be a direct reflections in the charts.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I'm just wondering, have you spotted, let's say, some sort of a pattern? When you were not in a right mood for trading, was it really like replicated on your results like immediately? Like the correlation, do you think is it that strong? If you're not really, something's going on in your life, you're just 100% focused. Does
A
it?
hundred percent.
Yeah. Is it being
A
represented on the
hundred percent.
results?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if you don't have emotional control, you will not have money control. So it's the same thing in trading. If you don't have the emotional control, you will not be able to control the price action and the things that you're looking for in the market. So I really believe that emotional control. I don't know. You might practice meditation. You might practice visualization. Whatever you might practice, listening to music before entering a trading session, or just being in peace and really being in a good state is really key for you to become a successful trader. And that's tough because they don't teach you at school how to have emotional control. They
Mm-hmm.
don't teach you at school how, if you're having problem with your spouse, with your family, at work, at whatever you do, how to get out of that vibration and get in a different emotional state for you to become a high performing in something else. That's something that you have to learn by books, by mentor, by practicing, by experience, but 100% a reflection of your mental state, a reflection of your emotional state is your profits or your losses in trading.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I guess we could make a sort of a shortcut. Of course, you need to have the technical background as well. But if you're doing
Absolutely.
well in your life, if your psychology, if your brain is fine, then there is a high probability that you'll be doing well in trading as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, eventually you have to learn the techniques.
Uh-huh.
Eventually you need to know where to buy, when to sell, when to get in, when to get out. but I believe the psychology is a very important advantage if you want to become a high performing trader.
All right. Well, judging by your past results, it seems that you are a really happy person. Now you're doing really well.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, yes. And it's all because of the mentorship. It's all because of the people that I've surrounded myself with.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe if you're starting your journey in entrepreneurship in trading, surround yourself with the right people. Even when I learned about FTMO, every single day I will listen to the interviews of people that were having success with it because I need to surround myself and I need to listen to people that already have the results that I'm looking for in life. So I really believe for you guys, especially that are starting this journey, surround yourself with people that already have the results that you're looking for. Listen to as many interviews as you can. Get yourself used to the right information because the right psychology and the right mental success will give you a success in the charts.
Okay, well, speaking of the interviews, is there like any particular advice or any particular interview that you really remember that like helped you a lot, or was it like you took a piece from each one?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you one specific, but I listen to, man, I believe almost every interview. I will listen to two, three interviews every single day. I don't know exactly how many you have. I lost count, but I just kept listening to success stories and FTMO success stories and FTMO success story over and over and over again every single day.
All right. Well, speaking of our company, have you traded on a live account before you started trading with us? I assume you did, right?
Yeah,
So
so
how?
after demo, I went to a live account.
Okay. So how did you get to know us actually?
I think it was through social media, if I'm not mistaken. It was because of the interviews on YouTube. You know, when I'm working out, when I'm here at my office, I'm always listening to personal development. I'm always listening to success stories of things that that I want to become good at. So I was becoming a professional trader. So I typed, success stories in trading. So a bunch of FTMO's interview came up, and that's how I found out about you guys.
All right, good. Well, now let's get a bit more towards trading. So would you consider yourself a technical or a fundamental trader?
Technical.
Technical. All right.
Yeah.
I saw that
Yeah,
you were trading a
yeah, go ahead.
lot of US30 Dow Jones and gold.
Yeah,
So are those your two more favorite instruments to trade?
yeah, mainly US 30.
Uh-huh.
Mainly US 30. I believe it's very predictable with the volatility. 9:30 a.m. New York time, markets open. There is volatility in the market, and it usually, I'm looking for the movement uh, in the trading session. So US 30 is my favorite, definitely.
All right, Danielle. So here we can see the Dow Jones Index, and you said you have prepared a few of your recent trades. So yeah, go ahead and then tell us a bit more about those positions.
Yeah, absolutely. So like we were saying, I believe fundamentals are very important, but I'm looking for technical stuff in the charts to execute a sell and buy. So what I do is pretty simple. I'm looking for the formation of the daily candle. If I'm looking for a bearish day, I usually look for accumulation in Asia, neutralization in London or at the beginning of New York, then the expansion of the day, and then the closure of the day. So I'm always kind of like looking for this formation if I'm going bearish. If I'm going bullish, I'm looking for the same thing, accumulation in Asian session, okay? Then I'm looking for let me try that again. Accumulation on the Asian session. Then I'm looking for a neutralization in London and then the expansion of the day. A lot of people might call it, I don't know. I usually call accumulation, expansion, neutralization, expansion. Some people call it the power of three, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. So what I really use in my operation, Bitech, is the Asian session range. Is
Mm-hmm.
what I let myself work with. So, for example, I'm looking for liquidity for the daily liquidity and the 4 hour liquidity. So this is the previous daily low of Thursday on this specific day. So on Friday, I will be looking for the neutralization. This blue box that you see right here is my Asian session range. I will be looking for the neutralization of Asia, as we can see on this week. And if I'm looking to take down this liquidity, this previous daily low, I'm looking for a sell when it gets close to the Asian highs and the London highs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So
So,
I
I
give
mean, the
myself, yeah, go ahead. Go
oh
ahead.
no, I just wanted to say that's it's interesting because traders who usually trade Dow Jones, they do not really trade during the Asian session that much, and you're using pretty much all of the session, New York, Asian, and London as
Yeah.
well.
Well, I usually don't execute the trade, but I look at the Asian session range
Mm-hmm.
for me to execute the trade in the New York session. Does that make sense?
Okay, all right, sure.
So if the blue box right here is the Asian session, and I'm looking to take down the previous daily low, I'm looking for the neutralization of the Asian high as it did right here, and I give myself a space to execute my sells and take it all the way down to the previous daily high. So for example, I'm looking for this to take out this liquidity here on Wednesday morning, which is Wednesday previous daily low. So what I'm gonna do, I look at what session is made in London. It neutralizes the Asian high, and then I'm looking for accumulation, the neutralization, and then I'm looking for the expansion. So I have another example here, and I can go on and on and on and on. But I'm looking for this Thursday low because I've been bearish on the US30 for the past weeks. I'm looking to neutralize this previous daily low on Thursday. So I'm looking for the same thing. I see the range of the Asian session. New York's open. I'm looking for the London high or the Asian high to execute my trade. Sometimes I do execute it on London if they
Mm-hmm.
give me the entrance, and I take it all the way down to neutralize the previous daily low. Um, so if we have of course, a bullish structure, I will do this different thing. But I'm just telling you guys what I've been doing for the past few days in this bearish market on the US30, these past few days, past few weeks that we have had. So same thing, previous daily low on Tuesday here in this past week. I'm looking to neutralize this low, this liquidity right here. So Asian session range, New York and London, I'm looking for the neutralization of the Asian session range, and then I execute myself, take it all the way to the previous daily low. And that's pretty much what I do over and over and over again. If we're in the bearish market, of course,
Mm-hmm.
looking for the sell. If we're on a bullish market, looking for the buy.
All right. Well, we're now in quite specific conditions, as you said that the market is very bearish recently, and the volatility is quite high with interest rates being changed all the time. I'm just wondering, has this approach worked for you like in the past as well when the conditions in the market were a bit different?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Last year we were a little at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of last year, at the end of last year, a little more bullish, but it's the same thing. I was looking for that accumulation, neutralization of the range, and then expansion of the day.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, regarding the gold, I saw that you were having a few trades on gold as well. Could you just you really don't have to change the chart, but I'm just wondering like which pattern are you using for that? I assume it would be something different than this, right?
It's very similar, but my trades are way shorter.
Okay.
So I kind of as yeah, I look for 15 pips. Like on the US30, I'm looking for the intraday, for the movement of the day, for the expansion of the day.
Mm-hmm.
With gold, it's a little shorter, like scalps that I do when I see the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, do you always set stop losses and take profits, or are you the type of trader who also keeps on monitoring actively the position and then just close it manually?
Well, yeah, I have the stop loss, and I use my, as you can see, I have some institutional levels like 33,800, 33,500 here, like 34 200. So I usually use those levels as my stop loss. If
Mm-hmm.
the trade goes above a key level, then I'm out because I know the expansion will be towards the other way. And then I do always have my take profits, but for example, if I'm already in profits to my daily goal, which is 1 to 1.5% a day, maybe 2% if it's a long stretch that I'm looking for, like this drop that I was looking for. Um, then I will close manually. I usually put my take profits,
Mm-hmm.
and or if I see I'm already ahead of the profits and it hasn't even take my take profits, I go ahead and close manually. So every day is different, you know. Every day is different, and every day I take it as it goes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, another thing is the fundamentals, right? The US30, the fundamentals, they have a big influence on that. So how do you monitor, watch fundamentals? And like, do you even trade during the fundamentals? Because you are trading on a swing account type, so you can
Yeah.
actually trade during the news releases. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, well, listen, I don't really, I pay attention to the news, but I don't really trade the news. Like, for example, this drop was after, I think it was last Wednesday, the Fed news,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, I think, went this high. But then I knew that the news are there, but the market is very unpredictable. The news can be good and the price can go down. The news can be bad and the price can go up. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. So I lead myself because of the structure and the liquidity and the goals that the market has to get there. Does that make sense? So I don't really trade the news. The reason why I chose swing is because I do very small positions because I give myself a big cushion. And sometimes this movement, it takes 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes, it doesn't really hit my liquidity goal the same session. So the reason why I chose swing is so if I have to leave a position open during the weekend,
Okay.
I can do so.
Okay, so you're not really trading in a one specific time frame. You're just looking for the liquidity to come back, and it doesn't really matter for you if it's few hours or 2 days. You're just looking for the
Exactly.
sweet spot. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Now another thing is, are you using any indicators for your strategy? For example, like Fibonacci retracement, I imagine will be usable here, or is it just clean
Yeah.
price action, clean chart?
Yeah, price. I'm only looking at the Asian session range, London session range, and the liquidity, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. All right, so here we are in your account matrix of your FTMO account. As we can see, this time you have ended with about $19,000 of profit. This was the $200,000 FTMO account. Now you have merged two FTMO accounts together, and you are managing a $400,000. Now, the first thing that I can see, judging by the balance curve, I can see you in a really steep up, but then there were some losses as well. So I'm wondering, how have you worked with your psychology? Because obviously losing a few $1,000s is not everyone can deal with it easily. So has that been like an issue for you, or were you like sticking to your trading plan and you were confident that everything's gonna work out in the end?
Yeah, I really believe at the end is the relationship that the people has with the money. So it hasn't really been a problem with me, because my perspective with the markets. So I just stick with my plan. You know, um, of course, losses are they're part of the game,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't really affect me emotional because I know that if I'm disciplined with my plan, eventually we're gonna end up in profits.
Mm-hmm. So you had not found yourself in a place where you would be, and let's say during your whole FTMO journey, even during the challenge or verification, have you been truly sticking with the trading plan? Have you been disciplined, and you haven't there hasn't been a point where you would be like making irrational trades or something like that?
Yeah, of course. Well, at the beginning, I blew up a few FTMO accounts because I wasn't used to the 5% rule, but then
Mm-hmm.
I got used to that, you know what I'm saying? And I had to adjust my trading and my risk management to keep in between the rules. But after I adjust my trading and made a game plan to respect that 5% maximum daily loss rule, I've been very consistent with it. Even when I'm in loss, like the $400,000 account that I started a couple of days ago, I was in a couple of weeks ago, I was in loss. So I stuck to the plan and I slowly got it back into profits. But it's part of the game, and it's about being disciplined and being consistent.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, if you can scroll down a little, just below the trading journal, there is Yes, below that. All right, right there. As we can see, the comparison between the success rate between your sales and your buys, the sales are high on top. So do you think that there is any reason for that, or is it just because that there is a bearish market right now?
Yeah, it's just the market conditions. For me, it's the same selling or buying. I just go by what the market is giving me, and of course, the market condition right now is selling.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's just simple as that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, coming back to the strategy that you showed us just recently, um, is it working for you? Just exactly the same way for the buys as for the sells. You're just looking for the expansion, for the liquidity to come back, and then that's where you execute the position.
Yeah, exactly. Because the market is fractal. You know what it does in a 1 minute candle, it does in a 1 hour candle, and it does in a daily candle. So I'm just looking for that movement, even if I'm going up or if I'm going down.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you said or you described well how you search for a signal to enter the position, but how do you know when to exit the position? Are you looking for some percentages, or is it again some pattern in the market?
Yeah, so I'm looking for either 1.5% or for my profits. So if he might take profit first, I get out. Depending, because if they give me more opportunity to enter, I might hit my 1.5% profit target before my take profits. And if it does that, I start securing some profits before I hit to my TP. If it doesn't, then I'll let it hit my take profit. I'm very patient. Whether
Mm-hmm.
if it takes 10 minutes, whether it takes 1 hour, whether it takes 2 days.
Okay. All right. Now, you were speaking that you had to adjust your strategy because of the max day loss rule, because of the 5% per day. Uh,
Yeah.
Now you seem to be very stable because with the even with the rule, because you're doing well on your FTMO account. If you would be now to trade on a live account, do you think you would be trading the same way?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
will keep the same way as FTMO. Yeah. I got used to it now and I like it better.
All right. So you think it actually helps with the
Absolutely.
consistency?
Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely. 100%.
All right, good. All right, now in the final part to exchange a last few words. Now, as we ask pretty much anyone, what are your plans for the future? You are now managing. I'm repeating myself, but again, $400,000. Is a scaling plan something you are looking for, or what are your
Absolutely.
plans?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to hit that scaling plan in the next 12 to 18 months so I can grow the FTMO account as big as possible. I believe it's a great opportunity, to trade with FTMO, and I'm looking forward every 4 months to hit that scale up, and I'm looking forward to that 90-10 split as well.
Yeah, that's understandable. Now, on our previous $200,000 FTMO account, you scored almost $20,000, so about 10%. Is that something that you're looking to score regularly, or do you have a plan?
Yeah,
What sort of percentage profit you would like to score?
that's at least. I thought I was gonna go a little higher, but like as you can see in the end, I had some losses. But it's part of the game. So my goal is between 10 to 15% a month. If
Mm-hmm.
it can be higher, it'll be higher. If some month will be lower, it doesn't matter.
All right. Now, outside of FTMO, do you have any other plans? I don't know, maybe getting the money from your FTMO account to a life account and then trading on your own, or starting a fund, something like that, or you just your aim is to keep staying with FTMO.
No, my goal is to. I'm putting money together for a $2 million life account. So I
Okay.
have that goal for the next 12 to 18 months. So to have a $2 million life account, my mentors and some people that I work with, they already have achieved it. So now that's my focus point to get to that level.
Mm-hmm. Now you were
And of
mentioning.
course, keep
Yeah, go ahead.
and
Go ahead.
and keep teaching and inspiring people. I'm part of the community where we teach people and inspire people to become the best version of themselves. So whatever I can do, whether it is through FTMO or whatever, to inspire people to become the best version of themselves, that's what we're gonna keep doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you said that you like to mentor and inspire people. So, what would be your advice to the people who are maybe new to FTMO or new to trading? Because obviously, you have the experience. So what would be the most important thing you would like to pass to those people?
Man, I can spend a whole hour talking to the people that are starting this journey. But if I can summarize it, I believe Big Tech we touch a very important point at the beginning of our conversation, which is mastering yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
getting to know yourself, mastering your emotions, and really knowing you and mastering you, and eventually you will get to know and master the charts and the price action. But remember, the most important thing is trading is the trader, yourself. You are the one that makes the difference, not the price. It's the same price action and it's the same market condition for everybody out there. Some people are making money, some people are losing money. So the market is not what makes the difference. The trader is what makes the difference. So if you're choosing to become a professional, become the best version of yourself. Develop the right mentality, develop the right mental and emotional discipline, and you will be achieving all your goals.
Mm-hmm. All right. How do you think you did develop your mentality, or is it something that you were possibly born with?
No, no. What a great question. I love it. Man, I wish I would have born with it, but I believe, everybody's born the same, and they have to develop that mentality. I'm going to tell you what I've done. Number one, as you can see in my background, books.
Mm-hmm.
I read books every single day to help me develop the mentality that I need to achieve my goals. Number two, audiobooks. I'm always listening to audio. Like I told you, I was always listening to FTMO success stories because I believe what you hear affects your thoughts. Your thoughts affect your emotions. Your emotions affect your actions. So the books, the every single day, the audiobooks, every single day, the association, hanging around people that have already achieved what you want to achieve in life is a fast path to your success. A shortcut to your success is hanging around the people that already have what you want to have, because you get to learn about their habits, you get to learn about their vocabulary, you get to learn about their mentality. So developing the relationship with people that already are where you want to be, listening to the books, listening to the audiobooks, going to the events where you can learn and improve yourself as a person, as a trader. Those are the things that help someone develop the right mentality for success.
Mm-hmm. So in short, you just need to surround yourself with those things that can help you develop. Whether those are books or the people or the events, just surround yourself with the path to success.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Well, Danielle, it was a pleasure to have you here. So, do you have any last words? Anything that you would just like to shout out there to the people watching?
Yeah, keep fighting for your dreams. If you have a dream, if you have a vision in your heart, in your mind, it's because you have everything that it takes to become a reality. So stick with it. Don't give up until your dreams are your reality. And thank you so much to you guys and your team, because FTMO, I believe, is really a blessing for all the professional traders out there.
And that is FTMO.